If you like this video, click like. If you want to continue to follow our adventure, hit subscribe. Your support would be greatly appreciated. Hello, Live on the Road subscribers and followers. Okay, a while back I did a video on downsizing. I'll put the link right up here. And this was a while back, and it was before I got the new equipment, so it is hard to hear. I think I did a closed caption on that one, so you might be able to close caption it. But anyway, so that shows us downsizing, talking about us downsizing and the importance of downsizing. And this one, I want to change it up a little bit and call it Simply Living. I am a very uptight person. Always stressed, always worried. I was a production manager. I was at work constantly. As a matter of fact, I tell you a little bit about myself in this video right here. And I talk to you about working 60, 70 hours a week. We'd come home, we'd have supper real quick, and then we'd get right back on the computers and go to work. Well, what we are learning out here is, okay, so we got rid of all that stress, but simply living, you get rid of other stresses that I don't even know a lot of people are aware of. In this lifestyle, time isn't spent on making choices. It's spent on living. So what do I mean by that? Well, when we downsize, you know, there are folks out there that Carolyn knows that has 40 pairs of shoes. So how much time does that person each morning spend thinking about which shoes they're going to wear? Trying them on, matching them up to their pants, you know, whatever. And I know this is an extreme example, but it's an example. It's a good example. Whereas when you're living in a camper, I have 2 pairs. I got my hiking boots for when it's really wet and nasty out, and then I got my my little slipper shoes here. And that's all I got. My slipper shoes are my go-to shoes. If it's raining, I'll put on my hiking boots. But that's all you have, so there's no choice. The choice is already made for you. Either it's raining or it's not raining. That's it. So, you know, what did I spend? 2 seconds to determine if it's raining or not? Dishes. When you're cooking, and Carolyn brought this one up, it's real simple to, okay, I got a pan here that I'm using, it's dirty, I'm going to throw it over here, and I'm going to grab another pan. So I'm cooking corn in this pan, and then I'm going to cook potatoes in this pan. By the time you're done cooking, you got 3 or 4 pans sitting in the sink. But when you're living out here in your pop-up, you have 1, maybe 2 pans, and you got to, you know, be able to do all your work in that 1 or 2 pans. So as you're cooking, you're going to quickly rinse it out and cook the other thing. And so when you get down to doing dishes after supper, you know, you only have 1 pan to wash. That's it. Whereas after supper at home in your brick and stick house, it's real easy to say, you know what, it's Friday night, I've worked hard all week, I'm going to wait until tomorrow to do dishes. So you're procrastinating. And by the time you actually get to the dishes, you got this big pile of dishes, and it's going to take you forever to do, 2 or 3 sinks full of water. So it just takes longer and longer and longer. Eating choices. You know, when you got a refrigerator, a mini fridge, you don't have a lot of things. You can't just throw a bunch of stuff in the fridge. You really have to kind of think about what you're going to put in it. You know, 3 or 4 packages of meat, you know, some cheese sticks, some milk. I think we have a package of cheese in there. So, but in your brick and stick refrigerator, you pack it full. And so you open up the fridge, you stand there for 10 minutes. That's an exaggeration. You stand there for a few minutes, trying to find the thing that you went in there to look for. Can't find it, so you end up getting something else. And then you think, well, what, maybe I don't want that. And so you've just spent all this time trying to figure out what you're going to cook for supper. Us, not a big deal. We have 4 packages of meat to choose from. Which one do you want? grab one. How about the one off the top? Perfect. You know, some cheese. Throw some cheese on it. Carolyn will make a vegetable of some sort, usually corn or green beans. Occasionally, mashed potatoes. So there's just not a lot of choices to have to be made. So you're not spending all that time making choices. You're spending your time living. Clothes, same thing as shoes. This one's funny. You know, one of the trolls, they decided to criticize my thread-bone t-shirt. And yeah, that's all I have. I got probably 5 t-shirts, 6 t-shirts, 6 t-shirts, just like this one, different colors. I don't need anything else out here. As a matter of fact, my Facebook page used to have a picture of me and my daughter, and I was in a suit and a tie, and someone said, you know what, you guys are having way too much fun to be having a picture of you in a suit and a tie. So I changed it, and I think it was actually this shirt that I posted on Facebook. So you don't have a lot of choices on what you're going to wear. I have 5 t-shirts. What color do I want? Well, I don't even think about it. I picked the one that's on top. So it's not a big complicated decision. Simply living. That's simply living. Time isn't spent making choices. Time is spent living. And what are we doing living? And we're out here exploring the country, and it's just it's a magnificent thing. I'm sitting here talking to you instead of out here, you know, trying to figure out what I'm going to have for supper. So I want everybody to really look at simply living. Whether you're even in your home or out here on the road. Try to limit the amount of choices you have to make when you actually get home. So, a little bit of advice from this guy. So anyway, thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe. Click like if you like the video. Happy travels.